I'm at a friend's place in Anawhata. Anawhata Beach is just north of Piha, between Piha and Muriwai, in the Waitakere Ranges. And I stayed here last night at my friend's place. They were away in Piha at a party, and they asked me if I wanted to stay here the night. And of course, as you can see, the answer was always going to be yes. I came up here last night, and I had a tumultuous few days, and I was feeling a little bit off center. And when I got into this house, I just dropped into the space and began to feel myself truly, peacefully unwinding in a way that allowed all the tumult that was around me emotionally in my mind, all the energy that was not aligned with my heart, to just slip away. And by doing that, what I was able to do was to come back to my center. And in that center, in this container of this house, which is in the forest in Waitakere Ranges, I felt myself finding my center again. And by finding my center again, I began to feel the sense of stillness and connection, expansion and trust that everything was going to work out better for me than I ever could have imagined. I was always in the right place at the right time, for the multiverse had my best interests at heart. And here I am, the morning after, staying here in my van outside, down in the driveway, but still in a place of deep centering and very peaceful. This location is off the charts. It's probably one of my favorite locations in the world, in fact. This house is amazing. The energy in this house is so unbelievably expansive, but also contracting in a way that holds you in a sense of deep centeredness and relaxation. The energy in here is very healing as well for me. It feels like all my concerns around any kind of life that I live outside of this bubble have popped, and I'm in this great center of stillness. In my video today, I want to talk about being centered and finding your center, and also being able to find your center and hold your center in times where you have tumult, where your mind, your brain, your mind, the field of awareness that is the mind, is coming through the subtle bodies and into the denser bodies, into our brains, into our bodies, into our nervous systems, endocrine systems, into our hormonal systems, and setting us off in a fight or flight kind of machination. But when you find your center, and for me, my center is my heart. When I come back into my heart and feel into my heart and feel into what I truly need in the moment, when I feel that I'm not in my center, I'm not there, when I feel into that space, all of my issues and my problems fade away. Because I feel as though I am truly connected. In that connectivity, I feel a sense of trust that everything's going to work out better than I ever could have imagined. And I know the multiverse has my best interests at heart. I'm always in the right place at the right time. And even if the right place and the right time is challenging for me in a way that's pushing me into a space where I feel completely uncomfortable, in that discomfort that I'm feeling in that moment, there's an opportunity for me to move deeper into that experience and to feel why I feel that way, why I'm triggered that way. And this becomes my work, my sadhana, to find out why I feel that way. And of course, I don't want to have that experience all the time. I don't. But when I do have that feeling of discomfort, I'm triggered in some way, that's an opportunity for me to go deeper into my life experience and to know why I feel like I'm not in my center. And by doing that, for me, it allows me to see what's triggering me, what's the belief, what's the pattern, what's the wound in my being, for my inner child. It's a cliche, but it's a fact. My younger self, in regards to my avatar, in regards to my experience, what happened there in my life that causes me then to have this reaction now, or between that moment of fertilization right through to the moment of having the experience. Because to me, fertilization and the act of fertilization, the act of the sexual coitus, my parents for my avatar actually had when I was created, there's trauma for me around that experience, around the actual moment of coitus and the moment that I was my avatar was fertilized into the zygote, there's trauma around that, and that plays itself out an analogy for me, which I had the other day when I was watching the Anawhata Beach, watching the creek, watching the stream moving very, very slowly. I could see fish swimming underneath the water, and what I saw was the ripple of the tail moving. When the tail moved in the water, there's a ripple coming out of the concentric circles out of the spot where the fish had swam away from. And those concentric circles for me is like the origin point of that centeredness. When you can find the gold, you can find the essence of why you're feeling that way. And the concentric circles go through your lifetime, or in your moment, can pervade through your experience in that moment and send it themselves out in your resonance as you resonate with that experience of being in your center or off your center. For me, being in my center in that moment allows me now to feel where that moment originated from. And being in my center and being in this calmness that I feel in this container that I'm in right now, I'm able to feel into any discomfort and find out where that discomfort is coming from, and then understand how that discomfort is resonating out into the field around me. And by doing that, I'm creating or co-creating an experience in my life that is not in harmony with my center if I feel discordant, if I feel like I'm off in some way. But being in my center right now and finding my center in these moments especially is a strength, but also a skill. And I'm good at it to a large extent, but there are times in my experience I fail, right? It's natural to feel that way, but I'm getting better at this. And being in my center right now, where I am in this moment, in this container, this beautiful container where I am in this amazing house, I feel this sense of slowness, and I feel this sense of connectivity with the environment around me. And in that connectivity, in that sense of expansion with nature around me, I feel like I'm held. I feel like this pregnant pause in my life. I can observe my experience around me in this present moment and go, what is there that is challenging me in any way to not be in my center? And the answer is there's nothing. I'm completely at peace. I meditated this morning over here to my right hand side. The Metta meditation, loving kindness meditation. I meditated here last night too, sitting down in the same spot here in the evening. And today I meditated, after this morning's meditation this morning, I got up, I did a triple cone ceremony anchoring euphoric light into this house, asking all the benevolent beings, all the elementals, all the Wairua, the spirits, all of the energies in this area and in this house to please help bring in the euphoric healing light for my friends who live in this property, and to anchor it here so everyone who comes into this property is bathed and is brought into their center, into that center of calmness, that peacefulness, the eye of the storm that could be manifested through the mind, the field of the mind being taken into a place of tumult. And it happens to us, let's be honest, sometimes all the time when we venture out into the world and meet other people and interact with other people and have other experiences with other people. And when we're working, when we're traveling, in life in general, we are going to have moments where we're thrown off our center. For me, learning how to find my center again in my life really comes down to this: stillness. Stillness. Stillness is where, for me, is where I find my center. And that's obviously natural when you stop moving, when you stop thinking, when you stop coming to a place of being overly active. There's a great opportunity for you to find your center. And for me, finding my center every day is a meditation first thing in the morning when I wake up. And then checking in with oracle cards to help me to align with my heart more in that moment, and to see what the universal law, what the energies around me and moving through me want to show me in regards to moving forward for my day. So I'm incredibly grateful for this moment to be in this beautiful home and to be here, sitting here in front of the camera, talking about being centered, because right now I feel completely centered and deeply at peace with my experience. This is my last day in Auckland for a while. I'm heading south today and going back to Wellington for a short duration before coming back up this way again and then heading probably either north or to Australia. So it's a beautiful way to end my trip in this part of the country, on this island, Te Ika Amaui, and I'm grateful for the experience of being in this property, my friends who let me stay here for the night last night and use the property. All I did was sit on that couch over there and just stop and drop and breathe and feel, expand, connect to all the energies in this area. And what a beautiful area this is, what a beautiful home this is, to find my center, to come into my center, and to understand that in that stillness, all of creation, my true self, emanates out into the unified field of consciousness and awareness that is prime creator, that is first cause, that is source power. Thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. May you find your center and may it be your true north. Thanks for watching. Mā te ua. I'll see you again soon.